don't know. Anyway, the best thing for me that came out of the Tribune were Ollie and Bill and all my other friends, and you guys are all done. That's all I have to say. One more thing. I remember one time Governor Albuquerque told me, he said, "You're nothing but a troublemaker." And that's what the Tribune's all about.
Anybody else? Shelley? Kate?
I regard you all not just as great people I work with, but as so many work I hope that you will go, you'll carry these burdens, that a workplace are life, that our children, our dogs, our puppies, part of us in the place what we all do, and that by Friday should live in every place that we want.
I've never known you not to have something to say. You want to say something?
Yay, Willie.
Willie's, I think, our most recent reporter.
I'm the news in the newsroom. The youngest one here. I've been here for a little bit longer than a year. Moved over from the Journal. And I just want to say that this year has been the best year of my journalistic career. I've been in for 12 years. And in a few papers, Orlando Sentinel, the Sun Herald, Western Mississippi. Pulitzer winning, by the way. And also at the Journal. But I'm thankful, for being here this 1 year because Lord knows, many people know, I used to be an engineering major, so my mind is always going all over the place. They diagnosed me with ADD before there was even an name. They going fast. Anyway, I'm thankful for Phil, and he showed me what being a leader is all about. That I came to him and said, hey, you know what? We don't have a check page. What do you think about us doing a check page here in Tribune? In the paper, Phil said, hey, you know what, forget it, I'm a roll. And I'm thankful, that they're, in 12 years, I presented ideas to editors and they said, oh, that's a good idea. But Phil is the only one that actually listened and said, hey, let's do it. And I'm thankful, and I'm thankful for working with such an awesome staff. It was a pleasure just coming in here every day, slogging in the trenches, SWAT team, yep. But anyway, it has really been a pleasure, and I will miss each and every one of you. God bless you.
Thank you. Hey, Richard Stevens is over here. He should say something. Richard, a lot of us don't know what he looks like.
I'm going to keep it that way. Probably one of my favorite stories that I tell people is when Tim Gallagher's not here, is he? No. Okay. Good, then I'll tell the story. Me and Harry Mosses were in the bathroom standing at the Journal. Harry Mosses came over and said, what do you think of that Tim Gallagher guy? Should we hire him? And I said, yeah, I think he's pretty good, and no, leave me alone. And I found out a few years later that I was hired the same way at the Tribune, that Harry Mosses was standing next to another guy about Richard Stevens. Stevens, and so, you know, that's how I got hired. And my memories have gotten better since then. But you know, I'm much like what a lot of you people say. The thing about the Tribune that makes it special is it becomes family, and people have always cared about each other. And they've cared about people even beyond the newsroom. They've cared about, you know, my family and my kids, and it's, you know, it's not just a business closing down. It's a, you know, it's a family that's going off in different ways, and I think we'll all stay attached in many ways. And for me, unlike Willie, I'm one of the old timers. It's been like 35 years, and it's something I'll cherish just much like I cherish my mom and dad and my kids. Thank you.
How much I'm going to miss you. I mean, you kept us honest so far as we've been honest. But I just...
If you want to confess, we still get into another edition.
I worked here in the fall of 1973. And there are just a few faces I remember. Hindley was here, I think Magley was here, and Howard, of course. Somebody else was you know, those were wonderful days. You know, too bad I was out of my mind. And Jack was here. I think Jack told me, he ran into me after I got the job at the Journal and said, "Gee, you're dressing a lot better." But, you know, those days will always be in my heart. I mean, it was fun to work here. It's just a terrific place, and the little communication I've had over the years with people, that a lot of you, we've had friendly competition down at the courthouse, and I really appreciate it. I just think you guys have a lot of heart, and this is a terribly sad thing to see. I know you're all going to land on your feet, you know, one way or the other. It's all going to be okay, but we're going to miss this. Thank you for your time.
I was 87 now. I started here in 1948, the year I was born. But anyway, he was here for 37 years. Well, he's always here for I came here, the Tribune just had 8 employees in the employee department. Dan Brewer, the editor, told me, "No, this is a constitutional assignment." Okay. Meantime, I went out there, and George Baldwin, the managing editor, the city editor, they kept loading me down with breaking news and things I had to do right away. So I was pretty busy on this for a couple of days. And finally, George came over to me and said, "Mr. Burroughs wants to know why you haven't done that story he assigned you." "Well, I haven't had time." I said, "You and the city editor keep loading me down with all this other thing." And George said, "I want to tell you something. That when the editor tells you to do something, you give that top priority. Nothing I say or nothing the city editor says should come between it. Do what the editor says first and forget what I say or what the city editor says." Now, we had a reporter here years ago. The editor told him to do something, and he didn't do it. And he got fired just like that. But of course, he's the editor of the Baltimore Sun now. So we're saying, my mind kept, "Will I rather be a reporter of the Tribune or the editor of the Baltimore Sun?" So I always did what the editor said. Since I retired about 20 years ago, I've managed to publish 6 books now, just on my writings in the Tribune, most of them before the writing. I had a column for years on and so forth. And I was thinking lately I could write another book just about the characters on you in the Tribune.
Yeah.
Except I might get sued. Well, most of them are gone. I could wait a little while longer till they're all gone. I'll give you one example, one of my favorite examples. Our first photographer there was Andy Gray. Andy was quite a practical joke, but he played practical jokes on everybody in the office, very complicated, including myself.